Okay, now we're going to take a look at our perforated garage floor tiles. These, if you need to do any trimming for a wall-to-wall installation, or if you want to take off the loops, and if you're not using a ramped border strip or anything like that, you will want a power saw. This one works really nice for this purpose. One thing to keep in mind anytime you're sawing these tiles is that you want the blades going through the surface first and exiting out the underside. That keeps any rough edges on the underside of the tile, and then you don't have to fight that later in the game. If you need to mark it, this one does create some unique challenges in the fact that it's got this ribbed surface, so it's not going to be real straight. Same thing goes for the underside. It's got raised base here, so marking those lines can be a little bit difficult. One thing that I've found that works really well is if you use a chalk marker or a window marker. They do not absorb into a non-porous surface, so they can be wiped off or washed off, and you don't have to worry about your lines showing like you would if you used a ballpoint pen, or sometimes even a pencil might scratch a surface a little bit. This has got a nice soft felt tip on it that you won't do any damage to any sort of flooring. So in this case, let's say I want to cut right here. I'm going to take my window marker or my chalk marker, and I can line it up across the top. Give myself some nice marks to follow when we go through with the saw. One thing to keep in mind, if you have a saw that is deep enough to go all the way through, that is preferred. In this case, it will stop a little bit short of going through, so if you have your line marked all the way across, then you'll be able to flip it around and finish the job. Let's give it a go. If you have to stop, make sure the blade comes to a complete stop before you try and remove the tile, and you can slide it out and flip it around. There you have it. Here you can see there are some chalk line marks still there because I cut down the middle and it's a little wider than the blade. So all you have to do, wipe them off. And you've got your custom cut tile.